Sameer Satpathy, Divisional Chief Executive, Personal Care ITC. Important thing which happened in the pandemic was that consumers very clearly understood the link between hygiene and good health and how managing hygiene would lead to better health. So whether it was washing hands, whether it was wearing a mask if you were not feeling well, or whether it was disinfecting areas around in their house or packages coming in, I think consumers understood why and how they were doing that. Now, what are the current challenges is that I think the understanding is there, the products got used. I think adoption into their lifestyle has happened with some consumers, and there are some consumers who are still are thinking about it. Maybe they are not that affording, so they are looking at it as a problem solution than as a way of life. See, the pandemic has been a once in a lifetime kind of situation wherein there was an explosion in terms of penetration of certain categories of products. What we see now is some of these new users have gone on and adopted the products even more, so the consumption is going up. But that's a smaller section. The larger section, we are seeing some loss as far as consumption and penetration is concerned. As we go forward, we feel that consumers are already exposed to good hygiene practices. They have understood why. The key thing is for marketers and for companies to build solutions which can fit into their current lifestyles so that they can make it a way of life and not just be event focused. So hygiene was always was a large part of some of the segments which existed, especially in personal wash. But what we saw during the pandemic was the expansion in our definition of personal hygiene to more surface hygiene also. So it was not about just keeping yourself clean or keeping your children clean, but also it was about disinfection. It was about disinfecting areas in their homes or disinfecting spaces which were both in the personal public space, whether you were traveling in public transport or were you going to an office. So the need to look beyond oneself was something which we saw. As the pandemic has waxed and waned, some of these habits have become more ingrained in a certain section of society. There are obviously on the masses, there have been it's not that people have not understood the importance, but affordability sometimes becomes an issue. So marketers now are working, and the opportunity which people say is that people have understood the importance of hygiene. We just need to give it to them in formats or at prices which are value accretive for them also. We are seeing two large trends in health and hygiene. One are consumers who are extremely conscious of health and hygiene, and therefore the adoption of a large number of categories. For these consumers, we need to keep innovating and bringing new products, new kind of areas which can be brought under disinfection and good hygiene practices. So whether we launch a wipe for hands or for the kitchens, or we launch cleaning plus disinfecting products for various parts of the home. So there are consumers who are ready to adopt more. Then there are consumers, which is another set of cohort of consumers who want good products, but maybe not be so. Maybe they are not so affording. So over there, the requirement of that segment is that we can give them efficient, cost-efficient solutions, which they can use in their everyday lives. And there is a third cohort who are a little apprehensive, and they're apprehensive because they feel that maybe too much of disinfection, etc., may not be good for their homes. They are looking for natural solutions. So over there, we have a set of products which come under our Nimile brand, which take care of their home hygiene practices but come from natural sources. So there are various needs, and we are working on various vectors to take care of these needs. The Savlon's First India mission is a very large initiative from ITC. We go to thousands of schools, and we also look at influencing public opinion in the matters of health and hygiene. Before the pandemic, we used to run a very large education program which used to run in thousands of schools, where we went and taught school children the importance of hygiene, how they should wash their hands and why they should wash their hands, and also carry that knowledge back to their parents, because they, children are the future of our society, and they also bring in new influences into homes. As as we saw, as when we saw the pandemic creating this explosion of the need for hygiene to be large, we thought, as a very large industry player, there needs to be some understanding of the larger trends as far as what is happening to consumers and their attitudes towards health and hygiene. This is most critical because this helps not only industry but also policymakers and general consumers at large as to what actually is happening and what are the interventions required to grow this segment, to nurture this segment, and also what interventions are working and what interventions are not. So it's a large scale study, and this study is available to academicians, to industry bodies, and also to general public through media, that this is what is happening as far as hygiene is concerned. These are the barriers, these are the enablers, and if we manage these conditions well, then we can move forward as far as good hygiene practices are concerned. And this is important for India because I think we are a very large country and there are parts of it which are a bit hygienically challenged. So if we can manage that, it will lead to better health and a healthier India for tomorrow. The vision of our chairman, Mr. Puri, has been that we need to create an agile organization which is based on innovation and digital. And we have invested in creating capabilities and platforms in our R&D teams. It is one of the largest and most invested R&D programs in this country, and we have been producing world-class products which can compete with the best in the world, but are also using Indian knowledge and are for Indian conditions. For example, we have a brand called Nimail. Nimail is based on neem. Neem, as you know, is a very powerful plant from a medicinal point of view. It has a lot of good values, and we've been able to harness the power of neem for this range of products. And we have launched surface care products, which is Nimail, which is floor cleaner. Right now, it's doing extremely well in the market. It's really been accepted very well, and the market is. I think the market was looking for a product like this. So, and in the last, we've already become a leading player in the East, and now we have rolled out this product across the country. And neem is a plant which can really be leveraged well for Indian conditions, and we have also launching some other products. We launched some other products based on the same. We also have Nim Wash. Nim Wash is a product which is an everyday product for the kitchen, which you can use as a pre-wash for your vegetables and fruits. It not only takes care of germs but also removes pesticides. And that is a very critical thing in environments like India, where sometimes the food chain is not completely as hygienic as you would like it to be. So these are products which make the consumer's life better, and it is our passion, and it is a commitment from our side to get you these great products so that we can all live a longer and healthier life.